السلام عليكم، شلونكم؟ شاخباركم؟ وياكم فراس جيم بلاي، ورجعنا لكم بحلقة جديدة من سلسلة تختيم المهام الرئيسية للعبة العملاقة في العثور أو السقوط الجزء الرابع. وصلنا وياكم بالحلقة السابقة، اجينا إلى القلعة وفتحنا السرداب من داخل وشفنا المستودع. وصلنا لهذا المستودع، اخذنا مستودع الاسلحة وتعرفنا على هالشخصية اللي هي دائما راح تلقاها هنا كتاجر. تقدر تاخذ من عندها مواد، وعندها دائما اطلاقات جيدة وامور جيدة تقدر تاخذها. وايضا سوينا المدفع اللي هو هذا، نصبناه. خلينا نشوف لكم اياه. هذا المدفع شلون نصبناه، وحاليا بأي مكان انت، بأي مكان بأي منطقة تقدر تبني بيوت فيها، يكون بها الوركشوب، تقدر تسوي مدفع ومن ترمي خلينا نقول، خلينا نطفي الراديون مالتهم. فعلى كل حال نشوفكم ان شاء الله بالبيت مالتنا هناك من نروح. وعندنا المهمة الرئيسية اللي هي بناء، هاي خلصنا من عندها. خلينا نروح نحكي ويا بريستون، نقول له خلصنا هذه المهمة وشفناها. ايش عندنا احنا؟ مهمتين. بقي بس بريستون.
Hey there. I gotta hand it to you, General. You've really turned things around for the Minutemen. I never thought I'd see the day that the Minutemen had artillery support again. We should see about building them at all our settlements to expand our coverage. And Ronnie Shaw returns. She's something else, isn't she?
Yeah, she definitely knows how to take charge.
Ha! That's a bit of an understatement from what I hear. I'd heard stories about her from the old-timers, but I didn't know she was still around. The fact that she's come back to the Minutemen means we must be doing something right.
Life still ain't perfect, but we're surviving.
خلونا ننتظر النهار حتى نسوي المهمة مال البناء. حياكم الله، اهلا وسهلا بكم قناة فراس جيم بلاي. اللي ما مشترك بالقناة خليه يشترك ويفعل زر الجرس حتى يوصله كل شيء جديد اقدمه عن تختيم الالعاب والمهام الرئيسية للعبة العملاقة في العثور او السقوط الجزء الرابع. حاليا احنا نريد ننطي الخارطة الى سيرجنت. خلينا نشوف المهمة مالتنا. وانا سيرجنت.
You ought to be careful.
وهذا
I can
سيرجنت.
fix most things, but people don't fix so easily.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like
مثل ما تشوفون
encrypted
خارطة.
RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through. What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Good work, Sturgis.
Well, don't thank me yet. I think I got the gist of it, but it's gonna take some time to work out the details of some of the hairier sections. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available.
ومثل ما تشوفون اخذنا التعليمات. خلونا نطلع نبنيها. وتشوفون هذه أول قاعدة. طبعا هذا تقدر المدفع هنا تبنيه وتخلي عليه شخص. هذه القاعدة الثلاثية أول شيء. أوكي، خلنا ندني هذا هنا. نحكي ويا سيرجس.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contraption. At least as much as I can tell. Until we actually try to build it, here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll be able to pull together everything else we're gonna need. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make this thing work.
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
Another day in the Commonwealth.
وحاليا مثل ما تشوفون القاعدة الأولى اللي هي هاي خليناها. حاليا عندنا هذا اللي هو جهاز النقل. تشوفون جهاز النقل، هذا جهاز النقل، الجهاز الرئيسي لنقلك ويا القاعدة هذه. يقعد هيك، يقعد فوقاها. اوكي، بعدها عندنا اللي هو جهاز الارسال، هذا جهاز الارسال. وبعدها عندنا الكمبيوتر راح يشتغل عليه سيرجست. خلينا نخليه هنا. اوكي، خلينا نشيل هذا الجرس منه، خليه هنا. اوكي، هذا الاول. هذا يحتاج 2 كهرباء، هذا يحتاج 20 كهرباء، هذا يحتاج 5 كهرباء. وخلينا نشوف الجزء شنو عندنا بعد. هذا خلاص وهذا خلاص وهذا خلاص. هسه بقى بس نربطهن ويا بعض. خليه هذا هنا، وهذا يربط هنا، وهذا يربط هنا. وبقت نحتاج فقط الكهرباء. والكهرباء عندنا أكبر شي نقدر نسويه اللي هو 5. يعني أحتاج 1 2 3 4 5 و6. هاي الهاي، هاي الهاي، هاي الهاي، هاي الهاي، هاي الهاي. واخر شي عندنا المحول يعطينا كهرباء. هذا لهذا، وهذا هذا. ومثل ما تشوفون اشتغلت. مثل ما تشوفون شلون اشتغلت بكل سهولة. حاليا هي شغالة وكل امورها تمام.
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready.
خلينا نبدل ملابسنا. نشوف قد احنا عندنا شغلات زايدة. خلينا نعطيه. خلي انطي الشغلات الزايدة انطيها. نظل نشوف بالنسبة للأدوية. صار هيك كافي. غير ملابسنا.
Just get on the platform. I'll do the rest.
وتوقفون هنا بالوسط وينتهي بكم الحال بالانتقال إلى انستوت.
Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
ومثل ما تشوفون انتقلنا إلى انستوت. مثل ما تشوفون هذا مكان الانتقال مالتهم. هذا مكان الانتقال مالتهم. وانطانا كاسية قال حاول تنسخ الشفرة مالتهم. نضغط على الاكس ويطلع عندك الكاسيتات نتورك سكان مثل ما تشوفون. وهيجي نسخنا كل اكوادهم والخرائط مالتهم.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Busted.
مثل ما تشوفون تكلم ويانا شخص قال ارد احكي وياك وجه لوجه. اصعد بالمصعد.
I I can only imagine
ودخلنا.
what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
مثل ما تشوفون هذه
This is the
هي
reality
انستوت.
of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean.
Father, what's
It's
going
me.
on? What's happening?
I'm your dad. Yes.
What's going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
I'm here, Sean.
I don't know you.
It'll be okay,
Go
Sean.
away.
I'm here
Father.
now.
Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
Please, Sean. I'm your father. Talk to me. Just open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know.
مثل ما شفتوا هذا
We've
آلي.
gone to such lengths to find him.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled
يعني يقول له انه
and
الموضوع
suffered a great
معقد
deal to find your son.
لكن حاول تفهمه.
Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time, it's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it.
يقول انا ابنك وهذا الصدمة انه هو يقول له انه انا
You
ابنك.
were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality.
60 سنة بعد ما انخطف
Raised by the
ب60 سنة
Institute, and now its leader.
فك التجميد عنه.
Hell of a story. But guess it does make sense.
I'm glad you're willing to accept the truth. It's quite encouraging. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Yeah, you lost me. I don't see the point of any of this.
You don't see the connection. Let me try to explain. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Maybe. I don't know. This is so much to take in.
I know. And I am sorry. You have been through so much in such a short time. The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
Things are pretty terrible up there.
I've seen it myself. I know. That is why we are so committed to creating a better life for ourselves here. And it's a life that you can now be part of. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in advanced systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
ومثل ما تشوفون هذا طلع آلي وهذا شون.
About this synth.
You mean the child? It's a fascinating project, really. There are issues to be solved, of course, but we've made remarkable progress.
He's definitely impressive.
Yes, it's pushed our technology to the limit. I'll make sure it's brought back online in the near future. You'll have an opportunity to interact with him further. But I'll admit I'm curious. As a parent looking for a child, looking for the younger version of me, what do you think? Do you think you could love him? Like you would a real boy?
This is all... It's just too much. I just don't know anymore.
I understand. You've been through quite a lot. I wouldn't claim to know everything you're feeling, but if in some small way the boy's presence can help, I hope you'll keep an open mind.
ومثل ما تشوفون دخلنا ويا انستوت، وحاليا احنا عندنا اكسس وياهم. نقدر مثل ما تشوفون المصعد انفتح عندنا وكل الطوابق، وهذه انستوت هي تحت الارض، وحاليا بالخارطة مثل ما تشوفون هذه مكانها اللي اجينا النقطة ندور على الصياد مالتهم. هي هاي البقعة هنا تحت الارض. طبعا ما حد بسبب ما حد يقدر يوصلها لان ما الها مداخل معروفة. طبعا هذا بياع، وعندنا اكم من مهمة هنا انه نتعرف على انستوت ونتعرف على العالم مال انستوت. انا اللي هنا راح انهي الفيديو وياكم. اشوفكم ان شاء الله بحلقة جاية من سلسلة تختيم المهام الرئيسية اللعبة العملاقة فول اوت 4 او سقوط الجزء الرابع. حياكم الله واهلا وسهلا بكم قناة فراس جيم بلاي. الما مشترك بالقناة خليه يشترك ويفعل زر الجرس حتى يوصل كل شيء جديد اقدمه عن تختيم الالعاب وعن لعبة فول اوت 4. حياكم الله واهلا وسهلا بكم. حياكم.